So he's wearing this because he's planning on scratching the other guy's eyes out.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? This is Tom, aka Headhunter Higgins, and I wanted to make this video about the year or two that I had to wear goggles while grappling, while competing, while training. I had taken some really serious eye injuries dating all the way back to high school when I got poked in the eye badly at a metal concert. That led to a eye injury called a hyphema. Then when I was starting off doing mixed martial arts, I took a really bad scratch from the glove to the eyeball, scratched my cornea super bad. I was super sensitive to light. It lasted months, and it led to me not being able to train any striking at all. So I had taken some time off, eventually focused on just grappling for a long time. Years down the line, I was having some success, having good super fights, having some matches, but then I took in my other eye a very severe cornea scratch, and then in both of my eyes I had a condition called recurring corneal erosion, basically where any sort of trauma would cause some serious pain and blurred vision, sensitivity to light, extreme pain, to the point where I was even throwing up in the middle of the night and just unable to sleep, screaming in pain. It was fucking horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But that's what led to the goggled grappler, which is the point of this video. And for a while I didn't know if I was going to be able to grapple or what, so I ended up getting some soft skydiving goggles to help me kind of avoid getting poked in the eye, because it was so bad that even if something was to graze my eye or if my eye was closed, sometimes just waking up with a dry eye and opening my eye from sleeping with my eyes being too dry would cause it to recur, and I would be in horrible pain for days, and it was just super annoying. But I wasn't going to let it stop me from grappling. There were some opponents that were honestly, they were too pussy. They were trying to protest me wearing the goggles when really it was a disadvantage for me. These things would fog up constantly when I'm trying to grapple. I couldn't see a thing, and it's my own fault for going with the dark goggles. I did that by choice because I thought it would look a little cooler. I was influenced by Roddy Piper in the movie They Live, and I thought it would just look silly wearing some clear lab goggles while grappling, so I purposely went with the tinted ones. I think that it added a intimidation factor. No one was able to see my expression. I felt like a insect or like a supervillain or superhuman out there. It was actually a pretty cool little thing to have while competing and training. It was fun while it lasted, but honestly, it was way more of a hindrance. You can even see in some of these videos that I'm adjusting them mid-match. Like, people are putting pressure on it, and I would too. Like, why not? It's competition. Try to gain that advantage. So it was only a disadvantage for me. Some people didn't want to let me wear them. Some promotions wouldn't let me wear them, and I would have to compete without them. Nowadays, and eventually my eyes healed up to the point where I didn't need them anymore, especially in training or matches, and I'm thankful that I don't need them anymore. But during that time, it was super frustrating. I will say it honestly did help me develop some of my scrambling abilities and give me a better sense of feel and touch and grappling intuitively, because I was halfway blind for most of my training sessions. For most of my matches, I could barely see, so I was relying on feel a lot of the times. And you can see in some of these matches that I'm just scrambling and going with the flow, kind of just going with the guy. This time definitely influenced my style. I'm not happy that it happened, but it's part of my journey, and it shaped me as the grappler I am. It was a funny gimmick while it lasted. I didn't know if I was going to have to do it forever. There was even a time where I was going to consider taking up night fighting because I was getting so annoyed with people not taking matches. Like, I never belonged to a true academy for the longest time, and I never had formal ranks, so like it was hard for me to find matches to begin with. And now I'm trying to require these goggles to be worn in the matches. It was making matchups even harder to get. Yeah, it was not a fun time, but I figured it was worth making a video for. And I had people reach out to me in the past when I was still dealing with this, asking me why I wore the goggles or what the goggles are, that they're dealing with the same issue, whether it was the recurring cornea scratch, or maybe I even had people say they would go blind if they risked something happening to their eye, but they didn't want to give up grappling. So I know I'm not alone out here, and when I was first looking for a solution, there was no info on the topic. There was hardly anything. I think I found out about the skydiving goggles from a lone video on YouTube here somewhere. I don't know if it's still out there, but yeah, they saved me for a while when my eyes were literally too damaged to do anything. And I'm not exaggerating. You guys watch MMA, you see what happens. The toughest fighters in the world, they walk through head kicks, they walk through knees, elbows, punches to the face, blood pouring out of their head. But everyone's reaction is the same when you get finger to the eye, when you get poked in the eye, fights get stopped. You see them cringing on the ground in pain, crying. I've been there. That shit is no joke. That shit is no joke. So, yeah, the goggles, the era of the goggled grappler was a fun one. But ultimately, it just made my life and my grappling career even more difficult and annoying. I wish that it would have got a little more attention than it did, because it was definitely unique, and a lot of people after shows would come up to me and they were able to recognize me because I'm the only one out there wearing fucking goggles. So I've never seen anyone else out there rocking goggles in the grappling world yet, but maybe we will see someone. Just remember who was out there doing it first. If you guys like the content, you like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.